Media playback is unsupported on our device. Media caption: Some 450,000 people protested on Saturday. Local police said Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont says Catalonia will not accept Madrid's plan to impose direct rule on the region. He described it as the worst attack on Catalonia's institutions since General Franco's 19,391,975 dictatorship, under which regional autonomy was dissolved. Spanish PM Mariano Rajoy's plans include the removal of Catalonia's leaders and curbs on its parliament. It follows the independence referendum that went ahead despite being banned by Spain's constitutional court. Mr. Puigdemont said the Spanish government was acting against the democratic will of Catalans after refusing all offers of dialogue. Media playback is unsupported on our device. Media caption: Catalan president's message to Europe. He said he would call for a session in the Catalan parliament to debate a response to Mr. Rajoy's plans. Addressing European citizens in English, he added that the European Union's founding values were at risk in Catalonia. What is the Spanish government planning? Earlier Mr. Rajoy said he was triggering Article 155 of the Spanish Constitution, which allows for direct rule to be imposed in a crisis on any of the country's semi-autonomous regions. Speaking after an emergency cabinet meeting on Saturday, Mr. Rajoy stopped short of dissolving the region's parliament but put forward plans for elections. He insisted that the measures would not mean Catalan self-government itself was being suspended. Instead, he said, the plan was to remove those people who had taken self-government outside the law and the constitution. The measures, which are supported by opposition parties, must now be approved by Spain's Senate in the next few days. Image caption: Mr. Rajoy said the government would apply Spain's Article 155. Reports say that Spain's Interior Ministry is preparing to take control of Catalonia's Mossos d'Esquadra police force and remove its commander Josep Luis Trapero, who is already facing sedition charges. The government is also considering taking control of Catalonia's public broadcaster TV3, El País newspaper reported. What other reaction has there been? The use of Article 155 has sparked widespread criticism in Catalonia, where many say it amounts to a suspension of the region's powers of self-government. The Speaker of the Catalan Parliament, Carme Forcadell, called the measures a de facto coup d'état. It is an authoritarian coup inside a member state of the European Union, she said, adding that Mr. Rajoy intended to put an end to a democratically elected government. Media playback is unsupported on our device. Media caption: Police Inspector: We are not politicians. Catalan Vice President Oriol Junqueras said Mr. Rajoy and his allies had not just suspended autonomy. They have suspended democracy. Barcelona Mayor Ada Colau said it was a serious attack on the rights and freedoms of all, both here and elsewhere. Inigo Urkullu, the president of the government in Spain's semi-autonomous Basque region, said using Article 155 was extreme and disproportionate. However, Iñigo Arrimadas, head of the Centre Ciudadanos party in Catalonia which is against independence, said holding fresh elections would restore goodwill and democracy in the region. Solution: a provocation. Guy Hedgecoe, BBC News, Madrid. Mariano Rajoy's use of Article 155 had been widely anticipated, but his announcement when it came still had a huge impact. The article has never been invoked before, so there was a certain amount of mystery surrounding its potential reach and meaning. Although Mr. Rajoy insisted that Catalonia's self-government is not being suspended, many will disagree. The removal from office of Carles Puigdemont and all the members of his cabinet, to allow ministers in Madrid to take on their duties, amounts to a major reining in of Catalonia's devolved powers. The Spanish Prime Minister said that one of his aims was to restore peaceful coexistence to Catalonia with these measures. Many Catalans who want to remain in Spain will approve of this strident action. But those who want independence for their region are likely to see this as a provocation rather than a solution. How did we get here? It comes after the Catalonia regional government held a referendum on the 1st of October to ask residents of the region if they wanted to break away from Spain. Of the 43% of Catalans said to have taken part, 90% voted in favor of independence. But many anti-independence supporters boycotted the ballot, arguing it was not valid. Mr. Puigdemont and other regional leaders then signed a declaration of independence, but immediately suspended it in order to allow for talks. He then defied two deadlines set by the national government to clarify Catalonia's position.